All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to a LiveWire Sports Media update. All right, so I guess I was not gonna do a video to this. I did a short video to it yesterday, but I wanted to come back and share more of my thoughts of the Angel Reese injury update. Now, um, apparently Angel Reese got injured on Friday night. They had a late game, like 9:30 on Ion, right after the Fever um, game against the Lynx. They played the Sparks, a game that they needed. They had a return of Kennedy Carter back, and apparently that the Chicago Sky injuries had a good. She had a massive game. I think she had like 25 points that game. Um, Let me see. Let me go back and look real quick. Yeah, she had 24 points, 12 rebounds in that game, and she was one for three from the 3-point line. But apparently, two times in that game, she hit the deck. One, she was scrambling for a rebound and fell down. Then another one, she got kind of like shoved or pushed down, and I guess she landed on her wrist awkwardly two times. Now they've been showing clips on X, and I'm not gonna go all through that and everything like that. And then there's one point she was standing up next to, I forgot who she was standing next to, and she was rolling her wrist a little bit, rolling it, rolling it, rolling it. And then they said that she was rolling her wrist on the sideline. So apparently, news came out early that day that she's questionable for the game today against the Dallas Wings. So as time was going on throughout the day, apparently it was she she posted on X that she would be out indefinitely due to the injury. So now some people say, hey, she's faking the injury. Some people say she wanted to end her season. You know, I really I don't have no take on it. I mean, rather she faking the injury for them to lose the rest of the season to tank, because long as she's in the game, they're gonna have a chance to win. But nevertheless, they still got Camila Cardoza. Now, the upside for this is that the spotlight could be on Camila. You know what I'm saying? She could shine some. Now, I I have my own scenario for this, and I'm gonna say it. With the Spencer draft coming up in December, Camila Cardoza could get picked from that team and go to Golden State. She could be, have her own team. You know what I'm saying? And I think it would be, to me, it would be indicative, and it would be good for her to go if she get picked. You know, because I don't see the Chicago Sky coring her or keeping her. They can't keep her. She's get plucked. So you get rid of one of the less of the two evil. We already know Angel Reese is not going nowhere from the Chicago Sky. So how can her and Camila Cardoza, who was the third overall pick over her, but they invested so much in Angel Reese because she's the seventh pick, you know, and you look at Camila Cardoza, she could score more under the paint, she could block shots, and she could rebound. But she didn't. It's some games she didn't really get a chance to shine like she wants to because of the spotlight of um, Angel Reese. Now there's been a lot of stuff going on with um, the Chicago Sky. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show you the fact that how how this is how is it shaping up, and how it's looking for the Chicago side. Can they still could be competitive? I think they can because they got Carter back. They still got Cardoza. It's not like, Angel Reese was giving them massive points. She was just giving them rebounding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she had a couple of games that she scored over 20 points, but it's not like she's scoring 20 points a game. It's not. Her rebounding is probably going to be missed the most, but like I said, you got other people that could step up, and you got to now you could play a little bit better through Cardoza. You might see a whole different Sky team, a team that might play a little bit better without Reese starting along Cardoza. Now, who would they put in that spot? I don't know. I don't even know the roster like that. I just know a few people that's on that team. So, and then you think about it, it is that the one thing that I look at is that how now that she's out, what the narrative is going to be for the Rookie of the Year race. You know what I'm saying? What are the narratives is going to be? What is they? Some people most of us already know that Caitlin Clark had already ran away with the Rookie of the Year. She ran away with it in the second half of the season, putting up historical numbers, breaking records here and there. Angel Reese was on a 7-game losing streak until Friday night. She was putting on double doubles, but she wasn't putting on massive numbers. They missed Carter probably about 3-4 games, and then they lost to the Indiana Fever for the fourth and final time of the season. So there was no way. I mean, what the Rookie of the race was going to still be close. Some people kept saying it is. Some people kept saying soon as she had that 25-point game, that 24-point game Friday night, the first thing they put out in the articles or some of these content creators jumped on and talking about, oh, see, haters, she silenced these haters. It's always she silenced haters. She's not silenced nobody. The thing about it, Angel Reese, she's gonna have to prove her. She has to prove herself time and time again. Now she put out an article stating that, hey, what a year. I never have imagined the last bucket of my rookie season would be a 3. She counted her last bucket. It almost sound like a retirement speech, like how, say Jordan hit the last shot, against the Utah Jazz, to win his 6th and final finals. She said, but maybe that was God saying, give them a taste of what they will see in year 2. LOL. Through it all, I have shown that I belong in this league, even when no one else believe. I mean, honestly, people came out and say, hey, they didn't think Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese game would translate. But the thing about it is, like I said before, Angel Reese is not a prolific scorer. She's a hustler. She's a rebounder. That's her niche. You know what I'm saying? She might have games that she managed to score, but guess what? The league is going to get even harder next year in year 2 because you got more talent coming in, and you like Aaliyah Boston. She was the rookie last year, and she's a scorer. She's a rebounder. She does it pretty much all. You know what I'm saying? And she had a down year this year because you had Caitlin Clark. If they get new pieces in this team, I'm sure she'll be able to adapt, but it's going to be a learning curve for that franchise again. And then you got a coach like Teresa Witherspoon do not know how to use the talent that's on her team anyway. So, I mean, who knows? Teresa Witherspoon might get fired this season, the end of the season. Who knows? But anyway, so she went on to say, through it all, I have shown that I belong in this league, even though no one else believed. All I have ever wanted is to come into the W and make an impact. Okay, you have made an impact. Your rebounding made an impact. You can't deny that. You have broke records, rebounding records, and stuff like that. I mean, you can't deny that. I confidently say that I have done that and will strive to keep doing so. I feel my emotional right. I I'm filled with emotions right now that I have a season-ending injury, but also filled with a much gratitude for what's next. Throughout this guard time is not mine. I am finally able to give myself a physical and mental break. God gives this the hardest battle. God gives us the hardest battle to his strongest soldiers. You will see me being the biggest cheerleader on the sideline and unrivaled. See you soon. My thing is this here. You worried about the unrivaled league when you should be worried about. I can see you say, hey, I'll be the biggest cheerleader for my teammates on the sideline. That's fine. Cheering them on, hoping that your team make the playoffs still. You still tied with Atlanta, which Atlanta has to play Indiana today. Atlanta, which that could be a loss for Atlanta. And then you look at it, I think Chicago played the Mystics. I'm not sure, but whoever they play. No, the Dallas Wings, my bad. That could be a loss for them. So my thing is this here is that you worried about the rivalry league when that league don't even come in until January. So you already out. This is September, October, November, December. So depends on how bad your wrist is, how well it's going to heal. How are you going to play on rival? You know what I'm saying? While re-injuring your hand again until when the season starts in May? So I mean, who knows? But she has this podcast now, Unapologetic. She launched that early in this week. So you pretty much know that her focus is part of me. She's gonna be on that. You're gonna see her on that. And I think conditioning, we can say what we want, but some of these players don't condition. They don't work out. They don't take care of their body. And Angel Reese has so much going on that I don't even know when she finds times to hit the gym or whatever the case might be. Matter of fact, you don't see none of them really hitting the gym. You see them posing Instagram, and that's why when you fall down, they get hurt. Their injuries linger a little bit more. So I say this to say this. This is the time for Camila Cardoza to show what she got, because she might not be on this team next year. She might get plucked by the Golden State Valkyries, whatever their name is, the expansion team. And then you got another expansion team coming in the year after that. So for ratings, ticket sales, I mean, they gonna probably take a little slight hit. Now you probably gonna see more Caitlin Clark games, and you're gonna have to fill whatever time slot that Chicago Sky. Now you won't be seeing Chicago Sky games on TV. You won't be seeing them playing nobody unless it's a key matchup game against one of the top teams that's in the playoffs. You probably have to see them on League Pass. So their rating is going to pretty much drop now that Angel Reese is not there. Attendance probably going to drop a little bit, so because it's a massive hit. But I don't wish injury on nobody. I'm not here to just, bash her or whatever it is. But sometimes you have to sit back and take a look in the mirror and see what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this extra stuff that she has going on, especially with the podcast, and all of this stuff. And it's kind of crazy because the Chicago Sky franchise has been in a disarray throughout the season. And it started with the Marina Mabrey trade. And then the Kennedy Carter situation. Then you hearing a bunch of stuff in the locker room, doing a press conference, and you got to think about it. Not sitting here pointing fingers, but you got to think, is there some of the stuff that Angel Reese, Kennedy Carter, and some others are contributing in that locker room that is so dysfunctional that players want out? You could look at Camila Cardoza's face sometime and say that she could want out. You got Dana Evans talking about wanting out. You got Khalil Copper that left that franchise because of toxicity. You know what I'm saying? Then you bring one of the most polarized, drafted one of the most polarizing figures to your locker room, and she's loud and boisterous and all of this stuff, and it kind of probably rubs people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of people gonna defend her. You know, she, you know, like I said, she got on her podcast talking about how she was sexualized and all of this stuff. I really, it's not me to. I mean, I see it. I see it, and to be honest with you, some of that stuff is self-inflicting. You bring some of that stuff on yourself. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? You can't blame nobody for how the media and how people view you, because you bring it on yourself. And I hate to say it, but it's true. You know, people won't say it. You know, they want to sugarcoat it and stuff like that. And now that she's out for the season, she's out for the season. You had you had you had Bleacher Report coming out reporting reporting about Angel Reese and talk about how they say that Angel Reese rookie season had come to a close. The Chicago Sky forward took the X to announce it on she would be missing the remaining season, the 2024 season. So they say Chicago Sky website on X said, after undergoing further medical evaluation after September 6th game, Angel Reese has been ruled out for the rest of the season with a wrist injury. The team announced today the team will provide medical. To me, I think this, honestly, I just think it's a lot more going on to that situation than what it is. I mean, she averaged 13 points a game, 13 rebounds a game, almost 2 assists a game in 34 games with the Sky. She set the single season rebounding record and has been considered a top contender for the Rookie of the Year. And see, this is the thing that you have to understand. These people are going to be writing these articles. You're going to wonder what ESPN going to be saying, First Take on all of this stuff. Because they're going to hype it up and say, well, you know, she's out. And some people are going to feel like, oh, well, she should still be in the Rookie of the Year race. No, the Rookie of the Year race been over with since we got back the second half of the season. There's no consideration for that. The article goes on to say she still should remain in the race, but her opponents, namely Indiana Theater Guard, will have an extra opportunity to provide her or improve her stock. First of all, what extra opportunity did Caitlin Clark need to improve her stock when her stock is already improved? She did that. Her stock was already improved. She won Player of the Month twice, Player of the Week twice, Player of the Month once. So she's been breaking records every time she got on the court since he came back. So what more can she improve her stock? Her team's in the playoffs, they're the 6th seed. So, and to me, I think some of this stuff is a lot of media PR play, you know what I'm saying? Because instead of losing outright to Caitlin Clark, you know what I'm saying, for the Rookie of the race, you bow out to an injury. So now you garner sympathy, and now people say, well, only reason Caitlin Clark won it because Angel Reese got injured. And if you are a Chicago Sky content creator, media personality, and if you really believe that, then you dumb as F. Because there is no way that Angel Reese was going to have a chance to win Rookie of the Year. There was none. But I'll let y'all run with that though, because that's what y'all gonna run with anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then, because there's a lot of big content creators that Angel Reese fan, what I'm saying, and they just feel like she's still the rookie of the year. Whatever helped you sleep at night, that's you. But there was no race. Y'all might had it in the first half of the season of thinking it was, but the second half of the season, there wasn't a race. So I don't even want to get into that because I don't even care. But I could just tell you the narrative or the whole situation, how it's going to play out. Some people going to feel she should still be in the race. Well, if that's the case, then you should kept Cameron Brink in the race. Cameron Brink got injured, and she was actually the second favorite to Caitlin Clark to win Rookie of the Year. But then she got injured, and guess what happened? They put up Angel Reese in her place. Now Angel Reese out. Can Rakira Jackson with these last few games make a statement to be second to Caitlin Clark? So how fair would that be to have Angel Reese still in the conversation now that she injured, but Cameron Brink can't be in? And Cameron Brink was putting up numbers too. Matter of fact, you didn't even hear nothing from Angel Reese until Cameron Brink got injured. So let's keep it a buck. If we, you know what I'm saying? Because Cameron Brink was doing great things on the court. So she was rebounding, and at the time she was leading the league in block shots. So now what we're gonna do is put Rakira Jackson up there, in her Angel spot, and say, okay, well, she has a chance to, be number 2 on the list. So, but like I said before, it's what it is. It's how y'all perceive it. It's what y'all want it to look like. But at the end of the day, man, this race has been over. But I say this for Angel Reese. Hey, get well soon. See you in year 2. But now that the Chicago Sky could focus without her, maybe this team could play a little bit better without her being a distraction on the team, the focal point of the team. Maybe Camila Cardoza might have a career game today. We'll see. Till then, it's your boy LiveWire Sports Media. You know what I always say at the end of the video. You know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? LiveWire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is LiveWire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.